what did I do during the fall and why I didn't release videos for some time. Hi, my name is Elena Muratova. I'm an Olympian wellness expert and life transition coach. Welcome to my channel. I know you probably were waiting for some new videos from me, and I was actually thinking about you too for some, I don't know, for a few months for sure, because I was going to record some videos, was thinking about the content, but unfortunately I was so preoccupied with other different tasks and I simply didn't have time and energy to record some valuable content for you. So I just want to explain what was happening in my life during this past 3-4 months, and just to connect and start this new year with some YouTube videos. And actually, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel if you're a subscriber. If not, you still can subscribe, because my channel finally reached 100 subscribers. It's a big celebration for me, because for some quite time I didn't think it was possible. So it's great. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a great New Year present for me. And as a present for you, I'm going to record some exercising video. I know you really liked some of them, so I'm going to do similar videos, but with different exercises, of course, and record other content for you as well. So let's start. So share with you what happened to me, and you can share how was your fall for you in the comment if you want. Firstly, I was busy with school. I didn't expect that it would take so much my time, but I am usually wrong with predicting how much time the specific task will take from me. So I took 3 courses at local college here on Vancouver Island, where I am. And of course, all the education was online. We had some classes online, but one course was just totally self-paced with some assignments, of course. And I took 3 psychology courses: biopsychology, psychopathology, and human development. It was so interesting and challenging at the same time. So I learned a lot during this semester, and I will happy to share my knowledge with you in some other videos, because I think it's just such a valuable information for every person to know. So really want to share that information with you. And about my school, it was different, but I think it's like the whole year 2020 was different for everybody. So it was different in the ways that I needed to attend in-person classes. It was all online, and it was convenient in this perspective for me, because I could just study from anywhere. I took my laptop to the gym, had my session with a client, and then attended the online class sitting in the gym. It was interesting experience, but also I want to share some wonderful news for myself and one of my achievements, because you probably don't know, but I also took psychology classes in last fall and this past winter. And I applied for an award, and I got it. So I actually got an award in psychology. I don't know if you can see it, but it just was great timing, because it was the middle of semester when I got this award, and at that time I already felt stressed about the school and was thinking something like, why I'm doing this. And then I got that award, and it boosted my motivation. It was very helpful. I got some money with that a little bit too, so it was great. So it was one part of my business, and I actually learned that my mind can be so anxious sometimes. And during this fall, I actually was reflecting, or more like listening to myself, watching myself in the way I think, and I noticed again and again that when I'm emotional, usually when I'm anxious, my mind just don't want to think critically, don't want to, analyze the situation or see facts, see something that can make me less anxious. So for example, we had some assignments in group, and I was so stressed about one of the assignments because I submitted it, and then we got like 0 marks, and it was awful. It was my mistake. Like how to look into the eyes of these people now, even though I even haven't seen them, but I was like crying actually. And then I after some time, after maybe some minutes, I thought about that and realized, and decided to check all the requirements and all the information about that assignment. And it turned out that it was not a final mark, it's just a mark, whatever, for submitting some part, and it doesn't influence the end mark or final mark at all. But I just failed to see that information before or during my anxiety. Yeah. It seems that my mind sometimes sees the information which makes my life harder than it can be. I don't know if it happened to you. If it happened to you, just leave a comment below this video too. I'm curious, is it just my mind or not? But of course it have some scientific reasoning, is that when we're anxious, it's just different parts of brains that are more activated, and other parts that responsible for critical thinking and planning and analyzing, they just less active. So it makes sense for me from that perspective. But now I just want to, be more aware about that, and about this my tendency. It was just one maybe tip for you today, just to notice how it works for you. And I realized that taking some space and time for myself really helps, because I don't need to act right away, or by taking that space and time I can just think clearer and not be so anxious. But it takes some practice for me to understand how to do it, or remember not to understand, but remember to do that in the moment of anxiety and worries. Another thing that I did during the fall was attending seminars in existential analysis, and it was fantastic. I attended 2 seminars, and I probably mentioned before, it's a long-term training in existential analysis, which I take, and it also made me think about different deep topics that we discussed. such as trust, self-confidence, motivation, all this. But one thing I want to share with you today is called, if I can pronounce it, it's so hard to pronounce, phenomenology. Yeah, we did it. Phenomenology. We spent, I think, 3 or 4 days talking about that. And it's basically, when I'm being phenomenological, I'm seeing the essence. I'm seeing the things how they are. So, again, we talked about that in connection to conversation with other people, but it's not necessary to be only just in conversation, and can be related to anything we do, just right now, right here, in this present moment, to focus on what's happening. Or if we talk about conversation with another person, focus on that person and what is revealing itself in this conversation, what person is saying to us and how it resonates with us, without our biases and judgments, but just kind of turning towards to that person and actually listening and be curious about this person's life or situation, or even this issue or interest or whatever. Like, yeah, it's very difficult concept to understand, I guess, and it's difficult for me to explain this fully in such a short time. But for me, it was more about this, like, curiosity towards others and the world, and being open, being kind of present, and leaving all my baggage from the past behind somewhere aside, all my judgment and bias and knowledge and everything, and just being in that moment with a person, or if I don't know, if I'm somewhere, this can be with the nature. But what I wanted to share with you really is that then I started to think, it's probably so necessary to be the same with myself. I just really like this idea that being curious about myself and without judgment, critique, or anything, just be open to what's happening inside me and how things resonate with me, and why I'm thinking about this topic right now, or why I'm asking these questions, why I'm anxious, or why I'm experiencing satisfaction right now. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's very related to mindfulness, that concept. But it just, for me, I was looking at this mindfulness concept from different perspective, and with some new knowledge, probably curiosity was really something that touched me, like being really curious to myself, because I was trying to be curious with other people and with some like events, activities, but then I realized that, wow, I deserve to be curious towards myself too. So it's great. If you want to try, I highly recommend to leave some judgment aside and just be curious towards yourself and towards others. Another thing that I did was running my beta course, 6-week online course, which is called Life Transition Formula. You probably know that I went through many life transitions by myself. I retired at the age of 27 years old from my professional career in sport, And then I also moved from Russia to Canada, and I got married. That was a big transition of starting a life with another person, because I never had this experience before. I never lived with my romantic partner before I got married, so it was a huge transition for me. And I really struggled, and it was hard. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect and how to deal with everything was happening to me at that time. I a few times hit some walls, in terms like metaphorical walls that I couldn't go through at first. And when COVID hit and my personal training went down, I decided that it was time to finally go to online space, which I wanted to do for a while, and helping people to go through life transition was something that I already started to do a little bit, so it was a great option for me. And I put a course together, and I had some students join to my first cohort and to that beta course, and I got some great reviews from them that it was very helpful. And it's actually very deep topics, and I loved teaching that course. We talked about finding personal values, being authentic, what it means, and how to find true self. We talked about meaning and purpose, about mindfulness, about structure and habit transformation, and other topics. So it was very 6 weeks of really rich content with weekly action steps that my students could do to enhance their experience and just do everything they could to make their life more fulfilling. So going through this step-by-step formula. And I will leave the link for another course for the next cohort, for my course below this video, and you can access all the past recordings, of course, right after. If you decide to purchase the course, if you decide to participate, you can access the recordings right away. But the next cohort will start in February 11th, the Thursday. So just check it out and see if you like it or not. Maybe somebody whom you know will be interested, but I'm really looking forward to running another edition of this course with with probably even more information than before. Okay, if it wasn't enough, my activities also included developmental editing, which I started to do to support myself financially, and I really enjoyed it. You probably know that I published my book 1 year ago. It's on Amazon, by the way, and it's a memoir. So one friend of mine, she asked me if I can help somebody she knows with writing her book. So it happened in August, I think, or July, maybe the end of July, beginning of August. And I said, yeah, of course, let's try it. And I tried, and that person liked the result, and I really liked working with her, and thought that, oh, probably I can just try developmental editing and see how it goes for myself. So I created a profile at some freelance website for myself, and I got, I think I did 13 orders so far. So it's great. I read such great stories, some memoirs, and I read self-help books. So actually helping people to polish their non-fiction books but also getting some education, reading some fantastic work, some fantastic books for myself. It's yeah, I think it's just great that it works this way. I'm not sure that I want to go full time in that, yeah, because I just want to do other things, but it's a great just side hustle to have to do, and it helped me to connect to different people around the world, which I love doing. Many things, as you probably already realized, happened to me during the fall. I decided, even it was a hard decision, but I decided not to take any courses this winter, and I don't know where I'm going to take them, because it's story for another video probably. Yeah, so because I just want to focus on my YouTube channel, I want to focus on my online course, so on my work, on my business. I don't really want to neglect it for so long time, because I didn't feel nice about that. And I think my New Year intention is to, because I don't really like New Year resolution, but my friend told me about this New Year intentions, and this resonated with me much more, that New Year resolution. So I think my New Year intention is to be regular with my YouTube videos and make everything ready. It's not like making everything ready, it's my online course already ready, but kind of investing in my time and effort in my business in that perspective, so attract more people and meeting with new people, putting all these final things together, as to say. And for myself, New Year intention is also being more physical active on a regular basis, which I was not. I don't know, it's probably surprising for you, or maybe not, but kind of struggle with this, because time flies so fast during the day, and if I don't put exercising in my schedule, if I don't plan it, I don't exercise. So I was pretty okay with exercising in the gym, doing strength training, because I go to the gym to see my clients at least 3 times a week right now. So it's great. I do exercise there, but I really struggled with cardio, and I found swimming is a good option for me. So my husband bought me a swimming suit and goggles for my birthday as a present, and I started to go to swimming pool since January, and it was a great experience so far. So I really enjoyed it, and looking forward to the next swimming time. So my intention just to be more physically active and have good sleep. This is another struggle for me, having enough sleep and actually going in bed on time. I'm wondering, what are your New Year's intention? You can leave a comment below this video, and as usually, subscribe to my channel, give a like to this video, share it with your friends if you liked it, and feel welcome to leave any ideas in the comments about the content you want to see. I'm also wondering if you want to see some habit transformations that I'm doing regarding my regular exercising and good sleep. I can probably record some series of videos regarding that, because there is the whole procedure which is very helpful to do. again, step-by-step guide or formula which you can use, and it's based on scientific research. It's from the behavioral modification course which I took in college, so I will be happy to share it with you. Yeah, I'm happy to be back and looking forward to your comments. Thank you. Bye.